The Committee on Rules hereby convenes this meeting. For the record, today is November 14th, Tuesday, and the time is now 12:10 Chamorro Standard Time. A first notice for this meeting was sent to all media outlets on Monday, November 6, 2023, and posted on the Government of Guam Public Notices portal that same day. A second notice was sent to all media outlets on Thursday, November 9th, 2023, and posted on the Government of Guam Public Notices portal that same day. Rules of engagement: the chair will recognize a member who raises their hand to make a motion. The chair will rule a member out of order if they have not been recognized by the chair, and the chair will note that a second to a motion is not required. The Court Director, Ms. Cameron Nelson, will now call the roll of members.
Chairperson Senator Barnett. Vice Chairperson Senator Perez. Speaker Terlahi. Vice Speaker Munya Barnes. Senator Shelton. Senator Parkinson. Senator Kinata. Senator San Augustine. Senator San Nicolas. Senator Brown. Senator Dueñas. Senator Fisher. Senator Taitigui. Mr. Chair, there is a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Nelson. The chair will now recognize the vice chair on a motion to excuse members not present.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So moved.
Thank you, Vice. Colleagues, the court meeting minutes can be found on the Google Drive folder dated 11/14/23, labeled 3, approval of 37 Guam Legislature core meeting minutes. The chair will now again recognize the vice chair on a motion to approve the core meeting minutes for the October 12, 2023 meeting. Vice chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to accept the minutes pending any corrections.
Thank you, Madam Vice. Any second? No? Good. Any objections? No. Motion passes. On the motion to approve the core meeting minutes for October 12, 2023, subject to, okay, we did that. Thank you. We'll now move on to item number 4 on the core agenda, document tracking. I'll recognize our Legislative Secretary, Senator Amanda Shelton, who has prepared the document tracking. And again, colleagues, these documents are available in the Google Core Meeting Drive dated November 14, 2023.
Thank you very much, Hafaday. Colleagues, the Legislative Secretary reports today are as follows. Appointments by the Governor: 55 appointments submitted by Governor Leon Guerrero to date, 1 appointment confirmed during our March 3rd, 2023 session, 1 confirmed during the March 27th session, 4 appointments confirmed during the April session, 3 appointments confirmed during the May session, 7 during the June, 6 during the July, and 12 appointments confirmed during our October 2023 session. A total of 34 appointments have been confirmed. Of the remaining 21 appointments, there are pending confirmations, 4 withdrawals, and 5 have extended beyond the authorized 90-day deadline. There is 1 zone change request at this time, and there are 6 rules and regulations requests. 3 bills have been introduced, and all 3 are now law. 2 have lapsed by default, and there are 3 registered lobbyists at this time. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Shelton. We will now move on to the next item on the agenda, sub-item B, ratification of referrals, re-referrals. Colleagues, these documents can be found in the Google Drive folder labeled 04B, Legislative Item Logs. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referral of Bill number 178-37 COR, 181-37 COR through 184-37 COR, and 185-37 LS through 187-37 LS, and 188-37 COR through 192-37 COR, and 193-37 LS through 195-37 LS?
So moved.
Any objection?
No objection.
Motion carries. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referrals of resolution number 207-37 COR, 215-37 COR, 223-37 LS, and 226-37 COR, and 234-37 LS?
So moved.
Any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. I will now move to the items cleared for consideration of the session agenda. Committee reports for the following items have been duly filed with the Committee on Rules. And colleagues, you can refer to the list that's included in the folder. Vice Speaker Barnes, you're recognized.
Siette, Mr. Chair, thank you. I don't have a bill, I have a resolution, which is resolution number 226-37 COR. It's relative to exercising the right to petition pursuant to section 1423K of 48 USC Chapter 8, relative to supporting statehood for the people of Washington, D.C., and specifically urging the United States Congress to pass H.R. 51 and S. 51. It's good to be placed, hoping it's good to be placed on the session agenda. We did submit the committee report, and it was cleared by Core Committee on Rules on November 13th at 4:06 p.m. and uploaded at 4:25 p.m. So on the motion, sir.
On the motion to place, what is it?
Resolution
226-37. Is there any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, motion passes. Senator Shelton?
Siette, Mr. Chair. I move to place Bill number 120-37 COR as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations and Appropriations, introduced by myself, Senator Kanata, San Augustine, Guåhan, Muñoz Barnes, Perez, San Nicolas, and Parkinson, an act to amend section 10113 of Article 1, Chapter 10, Title 22, Guam Code Annotated, relative to strengthening workforce development by extending the sunset provision of the Guam Registered Apprenticeship Program for an additional 5 years. For the record, this was filed with CORE on October 13th, 2023, and has been on the legislative website since then.
On the motion, any objection? Hearing none, motion passes.
And Mr. Chair, if I may, on behalf of Senator San Augustine, place Bill number 107-37 LS as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations and Appropriations, sponsored by Senator San Augustine, Kanata, Muñoz Barnes, San Nicolas, Parkinson, and Shelton, an act to appropriate $500,000 from the general fund to the Guam Housing Corporation relative to funding and maintaining the Guam Housing Corporation Rural Housing Service Escrow Savings Account for Affordable Housing, filed with CORE on October 30th, 2023, and available on the legislative website.
Any objection on the motion? Hearing none, motion passes.
Siette, Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Perez, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to place Bill number 36-37 COR as amended by the Committee on Environment, Revenue, and Taxation, Labor Procurement, Statistics, Research, and Planning, sponsored by myself, Senator Sabina Flores Perez, co-sponsored by Senators Chris Barnett, Roy A.B. Kanata, Joanne Brown, William A. Parkinson, Jesse A. Guåhan, Joe S. San Augustine, is an act to add a new section 5428 to subarticle A, Article 9, Chapter 5, Division 1, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the administrative review of critical government of Guam procurement contract decisions in excess of $5 million. I move to place that on the session agenda.
Any objection on the motion? Hearing none, motion passes. Senator Perez?
I also move to place Bill 122-37 COR. It's an act to add, as amended, it's an act to add section 15310.1, 15310.2, and .3, all of Chapter 15, Title 22, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the declaration of insurance, dividends, insurance loans, and advances. It's already uploaded onto the website. It's not on, it's on the corrected list, so there is, it's already on the website.
Which bill?
Yeah, it's on the website, sir.
122 is JSA's bill.
No, it's my bill. No.
This one says JSA.
Yeah, it was filed and posted on the website yesterday.
122. You're trying to move 122? Is that a JSA bill?
No, that's my bill. I think it's... yeah, so I moved to place that on the session
Okay.
agenda.
On the motion, any objection? Hearing an objection, all those in favor, raise your hand. Motion passes. Senator Paris?
Thank you. I would like to also add to the session agenda Bill number 123, COR, as amended. It's an act to add a new Article 9, Chapter 15, Title 22, Guam Code annotated, relative to establishing insurance adjuster licensing requirements. It's also was uploaded and cleared. It's on the website as of yesterday.
Thank you. On the motion, any objection? Seeing none, motion passes. I'd also like to make a motion to place Bill 181. Oh, sorry, yeah, I know, I was going to say. Thank you, Senator Shelton, or Senator Paris.
Okay, so I'd also like to place on the session agenda Bill 181-37 CUR as amended by the Committee on Education, Public Safety, and the Arts, sponsored by Senator Chris Barnett and co-sponsored by Senators Tello T. Tigui, William A. Parkinson, Roy A. B. Kanata, Christopher M. Duenas, Joe S. San Augustine, Amanda L. Shelton, Dwayne T. D. San Nicholas, Thomas J. Fisher, Vice Speaker Tina Rose Munoz Barnes. It's an act to add a new Article 4 to Chapter 77, Title 10 Guam Code annotated relative to allowing the use of body-worn cameras by uniformed officers of the Guam Police Department. Where was it?
Sorry, yeah, the bill 181-37 was submitted and cleared on November 8th, but unfortunately we didn't make the deadline to be posted on the agenda for the meeting.
No, it's not on the CAM, but it's already.
Can we just clarify the procedures, Mr. Chair? I mean, and I didn't bring an agenda because I didn't want to get irritated because it's useless. Every meeting we look at an agenda and then we get here and then we say it's posted. So what is the criteria? So we're clear and the public is clear as to what the criteria is that we have an opportunity to review these bills so that they can be put on the session agenda and we and the public are all collectively informed about what will be discussed. What is the process? Because otherwise, that's why I said I didn't bother looking at the agenda because it seems pointless. Every single rules meeting, we're not even following an agenda, and I don't know why that is the case. What is?
Are you making a motion, Senator Brown?
I'm inquiring because I would like to know. I think the public would like to know. I've been disappointed every single rules meeting we come here. We're provided an agenda to look at and have the expectation that when we come to the rules meetings, those are the bills that are going to be proposed, and we simply have to motion them and formalize the process of getting them on the agenda. Then when we're here, we're told, oh, it's posted already, so it's okay, let's vote on it. And then when we don't get it the way we want it, we go on the floor and we motion it anyway, in spite of the fact that the speaker takes the time to actually publish an agenda for the general public. And then that is not what we stick to, because the first thing we do is go to motions and we slap on other bills that were never even reviewed by this committee, which almost makes our gathering here pointless. So I just need clarification. I want to know what is the actual point of verifying that the bill meets the criteria so that it can be put on the session agenda for our review and the public's review prior to session.
Well, in this instance, Senator Brown, the bill we're discussing, Bill 181-37, was submitted to the Committee on Rules on November 8th, and it was subsequently posted on the website. And ideally, as the chair, that's the criteria I like to follow. And sometimes we don't get the cleared bills in by the time we set out the agenda for the meeting, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there are bills that aren't eligible to be placed on the agenda. Thank you.
So in the future, I mean, is there any point on providing an agenda if it's going to be modified? I mean, I just have, at least my view is like, I would like to be able to walk into a rules meeting and know what's on the agenda, anticipate what's going to be reviewed, you know, so that I can make, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'd like to make an informed decision about what bills are being put on the agenda. So if you're telling me this is irrelevant, that the agenda itself that's posted for our review and the public's review doesn't seem to matter. What matters is what gets posted prior to us walking in and sitting in. If that's the case, I won't know. I won't know if it got posted 3 seconds ago. And I just want to know for clarity and sense of order, which I think is something we certainly, at least I did, I know, you know, asked my fellow Republican colleagues here, requested at the beginning of the term, that we have some sense of order and transparency to the public with what issues were going to be put, what bills were going to be put on the agenda, so that when we walked into session, we were prepared. The public would be prepared. If there's any bills of any interest that they have, then they would have the opportunity to know that that particular bill, whether they liked it or they didn't support it, whatever position they want to take on any bill that's being heard by the legislature in session, they would know. And we seem consistently to meet for rules meetings without that degree of clarity. And I don't understand why. I've mentioned before, you have the resources and the staff capacity to get these bills done in a timely fashion, have committee reports prepared, add it to the agenda, and then we have some sense of order in actually reviewing it and being able to come forth and make a clear decision of putting it on the agenda. I have no argument about anyone's bill if they want to put it on the agenda, but I can't understand why we go through this process every single rules meeting. And then the first thing we do at session is we nullify that by continuing to motion other bills. So I have to question the value of having a rules meeting, which by the time we get to session is almost pointless. That's my point.
I respectfully disagree, Senator Brown, and I thank you for your commentary, and it's duly noted. But I would just also like to state for the record, you're raising these concerns, and correct me if I'm mistaken, but you just voted to place a bill on the session agenda that was submitted to the Committee on Rules and posted on the website yesterday. So I think, with all due respect,
well, but
it's
again,
really
that's why I'm asking, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'm asking for clarification, because after a while, yes, I have no objections to these bills, but I want to understand what is the clear process, because if everything's going to be this, then again, I don't understand why we are even meeting. And I do. I think I've attended every single rules meeting you had. I didn't fly in, you know, into session at the last minute. And, you know, slam things on the agenda because I wasn't here. I think I've been here for every single rules meeting you've had and been engaged and participated at every rules meeting. I just want clarity because I don't understand, because I know very clearly, Mr. Chair, this is something we requested. We requested of you and the leadership when we voted for you to have this sense of clarity so that we're not walking in unexpectedly with bills that we just haven't even had a chance to review. I think that's fair.
So if I can add,
Thank you, Senator Brown.
if I can add a
Senator
point of
Perez,
information.
you're recognized.
Yeah, so the way the process is, we have to submit our committee reports, and then it has to get cleared. And then once it gets cleared, it gets put on the website. So the fact that it's on the website has met all the clearances that are required in order for it to be then addressed in the committee rules meeting.
Then can I ask, Madam Vice Chair,
Senator Brown, you're recognized.
Why doesn't it end up on the agenda then? Why do we even have an agenda? If that's the basis to trigger this process, then why do we have an agenda, or why can't that be updated before we even sit down for a meeting so that we know?
Allow me, please, Senator Perez. Okay. Senator Brown, if you would like to be updated moving forward with a list of bills that were cleared and posted after the agenda date, I can accommodate that.
I think we would all like to see that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Senator Kanata?
Mr. Chair, I move to place Bill 143-37 LS as amended by the committee Bill 143-37 as amended by the Committee on General Government Appropriations, introduced by myself, Roy A.B. Kanata, Amanda L. Shelton, Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, William A. Parkinson, Dwayne T.D. Nicholas, Joe S. San Augustine, Chris Barnett, an act to add to new subsection 96-106 to Chapter 96 of Title 10 Guam Code annotated relative to requiring availability of automated external defibrillators at all government Guam offices by June 30, 2024.
Any objection on the motion?
No objection.
No object. Motion passes. Thank you, Senator Kanata. Speaker Terlai.
Thank you. I'd like to move Bill number 99. 99, is it 99? Shoot, I just can't see good. Yeah, I need glasses. 99-37 COR as substituted by the Committee on Health, Land, Justice, and Culture. It's sponsored by Telo T. Taitagui, Frank Blas Jr., Jesse A. Lujan, Joanne Brown, Dwayne T. Nicholas, Chris Barnett, and William A. Parkinson. It's an act to amend subsection A of 4637 of Chapter 4, Division 1 of Title 26 Guam Administrative Rules and Regs relative to the requirement of lifeguards at swimming pools. This bill was substituted, so it's a substitute version that we're moving. This bill was cleared by Committee on Rules 1113 and posted on the website since then. Thank you. It's under the bills for placement on agenda consideration as of November 14, 2023. Yes. On the agenda, AI.
On the motion, any objection? There is an objection. All in favor? Motion passes. Are there any resolutions that Senator Taitagui?
I'd like to make a motion, Mr. Chair, to place Bill, which is on the agenda, Bill 2-37 COR, as amended by the Committee on General Government Operation Appropriations, introduced by myself, Senator Speaker Therese Chalayi, Frank Blas Jr., Sabina Perez, Flores Perez, Senator Joanne Brown, Senator Chris Barnett, Senator Tom Fisher, Senator Dwayne Nicholas. It's an act to add a new section 1318A to Chapter 13, Title 2 of Guam Code Annotated relative to creating a special cost of living economic task force. It is on the agenda. It has been placed on the, it's the very first bill on the agenda, Mr. Chair. It's bill number 2-37.
On the motion, any objections? Hearing, seeing none, motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and that's all I have.
Senator Perez?
One bill, Bill 182. Oh, wait, sorry, on Bill 181. We didn't conclude that one, so I think we left it hanging in regards to, I make the motion to place it on the agenda. It's the bill. 181? Yeah, 181. It's about the body-worn cameras.
On the motion to place 181-37 onto the session agenda, are there any objections? It was posted on November 8th, ma'am.
There's a digital.
Yes.
It's on the website as of yesterday.
Last week. Okay. Hearing none, there is no objection? Okay, motion carries. Senator Perez?
Yeah, it's a bill to establish the ORDOT Reserve Fund as amended. and it's sponsored by myself.
My understanding is that this committee report has been submitted to CORE. It's pending approval and posting on the website. I'm sending the whatever agenda we approved today so that it can be published tomorrow for our November 27th session. So I would amend that motion to it being approved, if subject to it being approved by CORE when I send in this agenda to the newspaper and post it.
On the motion, Senator Titlery?
I have no objection to that motion, but I do have, after that motion is passed.
Thank you, thank you. On the motion to place Bill 182-37 onto the session agenda pending approval by the committee on, pending approval of the committee report by
Mr.
Committee
Chair,
on Rules, yes?
If you can revise that comment, because what you're doing is you're putting it on the agenda, and my intent was to object because this is not on the website. We've been good so far, and I have not said anything because I truly believe that it should be on the website, posted on the website today. And if it's not, then I can't support it. However, that's why I'm asking you to separate the two, the motion.
Okay.
So just pending.
On Speaker Terlahi's motion to amend Senator Perez's motion, is there any objection? Seeing none, motion passes. Thank you.
And now the main motion to send it. It's already
Already made. Okay, on the main motion, is there any objection?
Yes, I have to respectfully object, because it is not on the website, so I have to object. Thank you.
There's been an objection. All those in favor signify by raising your hands. Motion fails. Can we motion again on Bill 99-37? There was, I think we might have had a miscount here.
And it is posted, Mr. Chair, right, on the website?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. So,
No, there wasn't.
Senator Titlery, you're recognized. Oh.
Okay, Mr. Chair. Okay.
Senator Tydewee?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I make a motion to allow Senator Brown to amend her vote on the bill, on Bill 99.
Revote.
To revote?
Oh, oh.
Oh, no, because, I make a motion, Mr. Chair, to reconsider Senator Brown's vote and allow her to vote again.
Is there any objection? No objection. Yeah.
So, Senator Brown, your vote for Bill 99-37 on the session agenda.
Is there any objection? No objection. Motion passes. Can you make Senator Perez? Are we done with everything?
Okay, I make the motion to adopt the session agenda.
On the motion to adopt the session agenda, are there any objections?
Wait,
No
wait, wait,
objections.
Mr. Chair, we haven't done resolutions or nominations? Can we get to nominations, please, Mr. Chair?
Okay, yes, that's fine. Senator Shelton? None? Senator Kanata? Vice Speaker?
I have none.
Speaker?
I'd like to move Edgar T. Aguilar as a member of the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority Board of Trustees. This was approved by CORE on 11/9/23 and uploaded to the drive.
I second the motion.
On the motion, are there any objections? Seeing none, motion passes.
I'd like to move also the nomination of Fred E. Berdali Jr., Department of Corrections Director, reported out by Committee on Education, Public Safety, and the Arts. It was posted by CORE on November 6th.
On the motion,
No objection.
no objection, motion passes. Any resolutions?
Yes. I'd like to
Any other resolutions? Vice Speaker?
Thank you, Senator Chair. Besides the resolution on 226S37 COR, I do not have any more resolutions.
Thank you, Vice Speaker. Senator Perez?
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I actually would like to reconsider placing Bill 182-37 COR. It's regards to establishing the ORDOT Reserve Fund, subject to approval by CORE and being placed on the website today.
Are there any objections on the motion? There's been an objection. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hands. Tell. Motion fails. That's okay. Go ahead, can you motion? Senator Perez? Already?
Yeah, I move to adopt the session agenda.
On the motion to adopt the session agenda?
No objection.
No objection. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Senator Kanata. On the motion to adjourn, no objections.
objection.
Thank this meeting. This committee on rules meeting is hereby adjourned at 12:47 Chamorro Standard Time. Está, adios.